And Sugar Ray Robinson probably did more in boxing than anyone ever. Like
Mm-hmm.
keeping it a bean, right? But Muhammad Ali became the greatest. You know what I'm saying? And then watch this during Mike Tyson's era when he was that Haley's Comet, when he was on the rise, even though it wasn't true, they was calling him, you know what I'm saying? And then you had and before that you had the Hagler Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard era, and they let them guys be great. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until weirdos on TV start talking crazy that we start talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So and then we start running with these same goofy
Mm-hmm.
narratives. And I'm like, why y'all let a clown like Max Kellerman and Jim Lampley and Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless dictate to you how to talk about sports? We ain't talked like this before. We used to be outside hooping at the park, and I remember we just had debates, Vince Carter, Kobe,
Man, you
Tracy
ain't right.
McGrady, Al Iverson, but we never said the other ones was
Yeah,
trash.
Vince Carter.
It was just
I was
that
a Vince
this
Carter
my
teammate
guy.
and Kobe. I like all three. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, Ray Allen was my favorite player. And I wouldn't call nobody crazy or trash. That was my favorite guy. And we didn't talk crazy
Look, champ.
and weird like that.
I
And now we do.
I I got time today. What's up, bro?
What's up?
What up, though?
He said Swiss Parker, the greatest player
No, telling the
ever.
truth. You telling the truth.
You pause a little bit, like you freeze a little bit.
No, I said you telling the truth. I think that's the problem with sports today and life, period. The media is so powerful now that that's the conversation first versus what we normally talk about. In the barbershop, what made the barbershop so dope back in the day was it was 30 deep in the barbershop waiting for a haircut, and we actually talked sports.
Yeah.
And nobody got up and fought. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had their opinion,
Mm-hmm.
and some people jumped off the porch. Everybody now regurgitate what's on television. I started this in the barbershop
I
back in the
know. That's how
day.
I met you. Remember, that's how you met me when I was a kid. Remember?
Right. So we was in the barbershop, bro, and my man Fisher, if Fisher, he a cool dude.
Uh-huh.
It's my guy.
What
So
up,
I
though?
told I told somebody this years ago. This some funny junk. I used to walk in the barbershop. I told my boy, he said, man, come on, man. I don't feel like talking sports today. I said, man, it's the barbershop. It's Saturday. I'm about to get it going. So I used to call. That's why you say I said I'm about to get it going, right? So in saying all this, guess what I would do? I said, watch this. This is 2002. So I'm like 21,
That was before I
22.
met you. Yeah.
I said, I said, everybody in the barbershop going to say exactly this right here. I'm like, who's the best player in the NBA? Well, Shaq the most dominant, Kobe's the best. Well, I would literally start an argument. Barbershop would say that. No one ever used the word player in basketball until Shaquille O'Neal came into the NBA. When they heard it on television, that was the conversation.
That is true.
Best player in basketball. He had the MVP season in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
He was never, if you go back to the conversation, he's the most dominant player. It was never that Shaq was 100% the best player in basketball. That was never the conversation. That
I remember it being
was never the
Kobe T
conversation.
Mac. It was Kobe T Mac for me.
It was Kobe, and then in the barbershop, people who didn't like Kobe were saying Tracy McGrady good. But
Yeah.
this whole notion that Kobe Bryant was a sad kick and all this BS,
No.
Yeah, that's not
that
real.
didn't that didn't happen. What ended up happening was the media loved Michael Jordan so much
What you
that
talking about?
2 years after him retiring, there was a kid that reminded the whole world that Michael Jordan was just around 24 months. They didn't see it happening. And they didn't jump on the bandwagon of Kobe. Everything about Kobe, it started. If you don't get 6 rings, if you don't have 6 finals MVPs, you can't be better than Michael Jordan. And to make Jordan even better than what he was Scottie Pippen is a Robin. They insulted Scottie Pippen, but think about this. James Worthy was the third wheel,
And he got a
and
finals
no one
MVP.
has. No, but they never disrespected him.
No,
What's up, They
that
never disrespected
that
him.
didn't used to be a
What
thing.
up,
What
boy?
up?
That didn't
That's what I'm
used to be a thing.
saying. They never disrespected disrespected Kevin McHale, Robert Pears,
Nope.
Dennis Johnson. They never disrespected Michael Thompson, Michael Cooper, AC Green. So what ended up happening was what people don't understand is Larry Bird won the MVP. The media had just taken over to award the MVP
Mm-hmm.
trophy. People don't know that. The media was
Mm.
the players used to vote for the MVP. This is facts.
Yeah.
So as ESPN started with in 1979, so when that picked up, the narrative changed. And so now they saw if I think about this, if I'm in the media
Mm-hmm.
and I went to school to be a writer and to be a journalist and be a sportscast, whatever, you go study who? Howard Cosell is attached to
Muhammad
who?
Ali,
Muhammad Ali. Ahmad Rashad is attached to who?
Mike.
Michael Jordan. So guess what? If I Kobe Bryant caught the rape
Mm-hmm.
case, and Jordan had just left the
Mm-hmm.
league, David Stern attached his name to Magic and Bird and Michael Jordan, right? Adam Silver attached his name to LeBron. So all the guys in the media, they attach their name to LeBron James. So this new group is pushing Bron. There's gonna be a new group that pushes. They tried to put Giannis in here. Giannis play Wemby.
Wemby,
It could be
Ant-Man.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
It could right.
They tried
So think
Tatum.
about the guys that's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But just think about this. In 20 years, I'm a dinosaur. I'm 60. I'm 64 years old.
Yeah.
So in 20 years, that 25, 27-year-old kid, when he go look at that sheet of paper, the death of Kobe keeps him in the conversation. I tell people all the time, the death of Kobe Bryant, because he died so young, so he's polarizing now. But LeBron resume, he gonna be like the Wilt Chamberlain now.
Yeah. He's gonna have his own record books.
Mm-hmm. 40,
No,
So
47, 11.
so man,
it's kind of like when I watch boxing. I started off going in my uncle's basement and getting Betamax films and watching Duran, uh, Hagler, Hearns, Iran Barkley.
Leverage.
Like I was watching them guys on Betamax, and Dre might not even know what Beta is, but like I started there. You know what I'm saying? So as I grow, just because I became a Roy fan, or I became a Floyd fan, or I became a Bud or Spence fan, or Andre Ward, that don't make me talk crazy about the Tommy Hearns and the like. Marvin Hagler is still my favorite fighter ever. And in football, we do the same thing for the most part because the media isn't as they aren't as
you got you saying it right. They not listen.
Worse.
Basketball is the one sport.
they
It's like
going
music.
they going hard on.
Everybody, no. Everybody play it. The doctors who 5'4"
There they
when
go
they're on their
to
lunch break.
LA Fitness
The
and
girl, the girls play. It don't matter. If the fat kid play, like everybody
That's
hoops. So now everybody part of the conversation. Where it's just like music. Music is universal. Basketball,
mm-hmm.
football. Don't nobody know what the A gap, the B
yeah,
gap is, the Sam. You know what
and
I'm saying? The
they don't
mic. And
they don't know on the
So
opposite side
everybody
if
feel
two
like they
show
got a voice champ
06
since it's so
135. They don't know that.
recognition.
How about you
Yeah,
right,
don't
they
know
can't.
Yeah,
the
They,
135 already?
so only thing they can talk about. So the only thing with football is they put the Super Bowls, and then they don't realize they're not talking the same language.
yeah.
So when you don't talk the same language, you're not gonna get in the fight. Everybody feel like they can have a conversation in basketball. It's like I'm starting this new
Accessible.
trend, and I know they gonna steal this, Drake. The problem with the sports conversation is the perspective. You got the fan agent perspective, and then you have the family when it comes to basketball. So when you start asking the questions, like, what are you speaking from? Are you speaking from a coaching standpoint? Are you speaking from a player standpoint? How do you identify who's the best? Like Anthony Edwards said something, they and Anthony Edwards came out. Notice what just happened. Anthony Edwards just said that uh,
KD.
Durant was his favorite player.
Yes.
All the girls in the WNBA said Durant was their favorite player. Then the Bleacher Report go do a poll to say LeBron and Mike amongst the players said They was the best two players because they want to control the narrative.
all the time.
Like this, why I always say when we living in real time. So when I say living in real time, you can't deny what we living. We watching it. So
Hmm.
I wasn't able to see Will Chamberlain. I can only go off the storytelling of my
Yeah.
grandfather. I could. So when I look at the sheet of paper, okay, he averaged 30, but Kevin Love was averaging. Imagine Kevin Love played 14 years with Minnesota
His
and
numbers
went to
say
the
crazy.
playoffs. Went to the playoffs 4 times
Yeah.
and never got
Yeah.
to the NBA Finals. But just let's say his numbers was 26 and 14 for 10 straight years
Yeah.
and no championships. Dude, we lived it. But the kid 20 years from now go look up Kevin Love and gonna
His
say,
numbers
man,
crazy.
he
That's a
was
fact.
Yeah.
killing.
He better than
Hmm.
Tim.
So now when we see, we can't deny 50 and
No,
27. We can't deny that.
that's
But what I'm saying to you is we cannot discount winning. Winning is what changes the conversation for greatness. You know what I'm saying? The Fab Five didn't win. If Weber wins the championship one time,
just
he's
one.
We
different.
talk
Just
about him
one.
different.
Caitlin Clark didn't win. She choked against
Winning
LSU
impacts
last
your
year.
legacy. Period.
Fact.
It does.
Fact.
Because they killing me because I say Drew Holiday Hall of Fame. They killing me. You know, so I got people
That's my
killing me on
guy.
that.
I don't mind him.
You know what I'm
Why
saying?
he
He a
can't be
real
a Hall of
basketball
Famer?
You know what
player.
I'm saying?
He a
Why?
real hooper.
Huh?
Why he can't go to the Hall of Fame?
Right.
Why they say?
I mean, you know, because I guess the way it looked,
No, I
because
got
the
But
numbers compared to Chauncey
they're gonna
Billups
let
is right
Lowry.
Everybody
They're
there.
gonna
say
let Lowry in one day. You can't let Lowry in and not let him in.
better.
I
right. So
want to ask y'all this.
Chauncey
I want to ask y'all
Chauncey
this.
fell into a situation, but his if you we can't act like Boston, Toronto, Minnesota don't exist.
Denver.
That don't matter.
The Denver,
That don't matter. Because here's the thing. This is what I think. You have individual Hall of Famers, and then you got Hall of Famers based on your team
team
winning.
accomplishment.
Like when I say standalone, like Tracy McGrady is a standalone player. If Tony Parker played for the Charlotte Hornets, he probably would have never stepped foot in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
not an
I know
indictment of
what you
Tony
mean.
Parker. We talking about that. Like
The situation
when I say this,
you find yourself in.
this this was gonna hurt people, and people gonna get all emotional when I say this. From an individual standpoint, you cannot tell me with your own eyes and watching basketball that Stephen Curry